peninsula that hangs off the southwest coast of the USA. Its population is just 2 million, and 90% of the land is uninhabited. From the border town of Tijuana, I'll head south, taking in Catholic missions, lagoons and coastline. Then I'll cross the Sea of Cortez, heading for the Copper Canyon on Mexico's mainland, home of the modern cowboy and the ancient Tarahumara Indians.
It's my first trip ever, man. And I'm looking every day for something new.
This is the barrier that keeps Mexicans out of North America, where people risk their lives to get into the States. But for North Americans, Tijuana has always had a reputation of being a wild border town. But now, you're more likely to find a hamburger than you are a gunfight. But having said that, it's still a haven for criminals on the run, letsy businessmen, gamblers, and schoolboys looking for a good time.
I wouldn't want to walk around at night, really.
We started arguing, and no, yeah, yes, no. And come out that I was carrying an illegal weapon, a small pistol, 25 caliber. But the reason I was carrying it was because my health was bad, and I didn't feel like I was safe walking around with several $100s in a part of town I didn't know.
Over 20 million people come into Tijuana every year, but hardly any stay the night. I was shown the border by Santos. 2 years before, he had tried to cross here illegally into the States.
This here is no one's land.
What's it? No man's land?
It's no man's land. That's the Border Patrol. He's with all the helicopters coming. And, you know, down there really is no Mexico, no United States, to over the fence.
Is this where most people come over?
Yeah, you know, if you want it, we can go down there and try to make that guy work for his money. You want to try? Take the shot?
Take the shot.
Yeah?
Go on then. You lead. I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. Do they use guns and stuff? Do they shoot at people?
Army people come to the border and try to stop the Mexicans to go across, you know. But when this happening, the army people kind of rough on the Mexicans. They don't just come and grab you.
Yeah.
They sometimes just come and hit you, you know, and beat you up.
Let's border control.
Yeah, just coming. Come on, let's go. Get out of here. Here we go. Right shit. Right.
There's only one road in Baja, California. It was built about 20 years ago, and it goes all the way from the south to the north. And one of the best ways to travel on it is hitchhiking. If you get a lift. If you're patient, it's easy to get a ride, because on these long journeys through nothing, people go a bit mad without someone else to talk to. Tijuana to San Quintin is about 200 miles. A journey broken only by a quick stop at Baja's natural shower, just off the main highway. If you're looking for a decent blowhole, this is the place to come. It's called La Bifadora, and it means buffalo snort, and it's the biggest blowhole in the world. Baja's highway is littered with small towns like San Quintin, where locals drift in from the countryside to buy groceries, get repairs done or have a beer. Apart from that, time passes very slowly. Well, it took me about 6 hours to get here to San Quintin. What do I do now? Luckily, San Quintin had somewhere to stay, a hotel called Cielito Lindo, built for 50s Hollywood stars, now fading into the 21st century.
The prices are $21 during the week and $35, you know, normal price, and the weekend.
They liked it because of the seclusion and afforded them some privacy, and the heavy partiers.
We serve excellent margaritas. We have excellent crack crab dinners. And,
Crack?
Yeah.
What room did Big Johnny stay in then?
I'm not sure. He may have stayed in all of them.
Yeah?
I'm not really sure, but instead of having numbers on the doors, I thought of having a John Wayne room, a Henry Fonda room, a Jimmy Stewart room, but then settled for numbers because it's just a lot easier.
Yeah. Number 3? Number 4?
Number 4, yeah,
Right,
this one.
okay.
This one right here.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Oh, blimey. Someone's cut the cheese. Ooh. Nice choice of chairs there, I like them. This is where all the stars used to sit round, Charlton Heston, Big John, and Jimmy Stewart talking about the latest movie. Give me some Scandal, go on.
Oh, that was a... No, I can't.
Is that why they call him Big John? Oh, yeah. I can imagine all the stars frolicking in there. I bet there's been a lot of scandal on this bed, and there is now. Oh. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. No, it's 6 o'clock, isn't it?
Somewhere around there.
6 o'clock in the morning, and me and one later are going fishing. But first we've got to get some clams, haven't we?
Yes.
For bait.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you just kind of fold it around. You don't mind that, do you? You want me to hook?
No, it's cool.
Okay. Just kind of put a piece on each hook.
Right. Now what?
You wait until you get a nibble.
Now we wait.
Yeah. That's why fishing is so...
Boring.
Oh, no, it's therapeutically good for you.
This is fishing. This is what you do when you fish.
When you're not catching, this is basically what you do. Ian's got one.
Do you think so?
I don't know. Did you feel it bite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Think I've got a fish, I've got a fish. Yeah, definitely. Have you got a net or something? Have you got a net?
No.
This is the one. This is the one. A lot of people come to Baja just to fish, but for me, it wasn't top of the list. Well, I thought I had one, but as you see, must have just taken my bait.
He stole your bait.
This is seafood taco. It's got fish, guacamole, which is avocado mashed up. It's got cabbage, tomato, onion, bit of salsa, chili, and finally, lemon. Travelling in Baja is not exactly frenetic. There is a cheap bus service, but it's only occasional, and there's a lot of waiting involved. These are the buses that go up and down the Trans-Peninsula Highway. There's about 3 a day. They're reliable and on time. But if you're planning on getting any sleep, forget it. I was brushing off the dust from the nowhere town of San Quintin and heading to the coast. Baja's only about 30 miles wide, so it should have been easy to get out of the desert and into the sea. Well, I'm on the way to Baja de Los Angeles. Trouble is, the bus has just dropped me off here, and the only way to get there is with that. That's one technique that gets the attention but not the lift. That's called the direct action technique. This is different things that drivers do when they go past you. Oh, look, nice view over there. also good to pick a road that there's a lot of traffic on. Oh. Yeah, man. Woo. Hola. Hola. Baja de Los Angeles. Oh, gracias. Yeah. Several hours later, I did get a lift and headed out of the desert towards one of the most beautiful bays in the world. Hardly any tourists come to Baja de Los Angeles because the road is rough and there's not many places to stay.
If you love the cactus, if you love deserts, if you love, well, just nature, wildlife, whales, birds, things like that. It's fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful.
I'd rented a kayak with Francisco, who'd given me the ride. Sea kayaking is one of the most popular activities here. It's cheap at $30 a day, but sometimes when the weather's bad, there's not much wildlife to see. Anyhow, it's still a good way to spend your time.
Be always a little bit careful if you walk bare feet around here in the sand or in the desert, because there's lots of rattlesnakes and scorpions around. So.
These huts are found all over the coast of Baja. They're called palapas. And what's good about them is you just look for one that's empty and doss down in it, or you can camp as well. And then sometimes the landlord comes over and charges you a bit of money, and sometimes you don't. All right. How long are you going to be in there?
6 months? 7 months?
Where? What?
All right, I'll look for another one. The people who live by the bay are mainly fishermen. It's a small and tight-knit community. Francisco's taken me out on a night on the Raz. He's taken me to a 15-year-old birthday party. I think you better explain this one.
Yes, the 15-year-old party is the occasion which a girl turns 15 and is ready to get married. So all the families, what they do is to show society that she's ready now to.
I felt welcome, but to be honest, a little out of place. It was like everyone was waiting for something to happen, and I never found out what. Another good thing about staying in these huts is you meet people, you can get a lift. It was beautiful, but I was beginning to think all I'd ever see was sea and seagulls. I carried on south to San Ignacio, colonised by the Spanish, and now a local centre for the ranching community, known here as rancheros. It's an oasis, a life-saving source of water in the past, and a good place to cool off today. In the early 16th century, the Spanish ripped through Mexico and Baja, California, bringing with them disease and Catholicism. The priests, supported by the army, had an unofficial policy of convert or die. When they first arrived, there was over 50,000 native Indians. Now, there's less than 500. Nice church. This is the mission at San Ignacio, which was partly funded by the Queen of Spain. It had quite a high rate of conversion, but locals say that underneath there's a tunnel that leads straight to the cemetery, and if you didn't pray and get on your knees inside, that's where you'd end up.
When we were so close to the waves, it was, I don't know, to see something great of nature.
A few miles from town, it's possible to see grey whales, which migrate here during the winter months. This is La Laguna San Ignacio, and it's the best place in Baja to go whale watching, and it costs about $75 for the boat, but you have to go out with local registered fishermen, because if you don't, the water's restricted, you might get in trouble. And this is Francisco, and this is Francisco Jr. And we're off. Oh, here they come, here they come. Get the plankton. Each year, up to 20,000 grey whales come 10,000 miles south from the Arctic to mate and give birth, and hundreds of them end up in this lagoon. Until the beginning of the century, harpooning was legal and the water would turn blood red. Now they are unafraid and as curious about visitors as we are about them. She's pushing it. I think it's underneath at the moment. Certain whales are known as friendlies, seeking out human contact. Despite being 50 foot long and weighing up to 40 tons, they always seem to know exactly how gentle to be.
Rubber inner tube.
That's it.
Very dangerous doing a motor.
And it was very a great emotion.
Only a few miles from the lagoon, the landscape's completely alien. Beautiful, but holding a hidden danger. These are salt mines, and salt is a major money spinner for Baja. The trouble is, there's a lagoon out there where the whales come in and give birth, and they're going to turn that into a salt mine. So what will happen, the whales will have to go out into the ocean and give birth, and fear of sharks and disease. So, economy wins, nature loses. Just got a lift with a ranchero here, and he's taking me to his ranch, and from there we're going to get on some mules and go into the wilderness and the interior to check out some cave paintings. Well, looks like I've missed the killing of the calf. A bit disappointed about that. But anyway, it's all ready for a big rancho party tonight called Pachanga. We saddled up and headed further into the interior. The rancheros rent out mules for just $5, and for another $5, they're happy to guide you where there are no paths, towards the caves in the cliffs. We're on the last stretch now. We have to do it on foot because the mules just couldn't make the grade. Oh, it's getting a bit chilly as well. Wow. Apparently, these were painted 11,000 years ago, but nobody knows who by, because there's no recorded native Indian tribe that lived in this area. And there's two local explanations for this. One is that it used to be a race of giants that lived out here, and they done them. And two, of course, extraterrestrials from outer space. There are 12 families who live on this ranch in a cluster of homesteads. They keep themselves to themselves and make their own entertainment in the evenings. This means when you have a dance, you have to be careful when asking for a partner. They're either married or related to one of the rancheros breathing down your neck. Look at me. I think I need a hospital. And this is it, Hospital Recorrido, which means hospital for hangovers. Welcome to the cure. This is it. This is beef stomach, or you can get goat stomach. This is fish tripe. And this is fried cactus. And of course you've got about 4 or 5 different chilies you can put on them as well. But I think I'm going to go for a paracetamol breakfast instead. If you haven't got your own transport, it's back on the road to keep on hitching. I was heading for La Paz via Mulahey, a small town on the coast popular with tourists. Some really nice stuff to buy here. You wrap it up in newspaper, put it inside, maybe in a jacket or something, put it in your rucksack. When you get home, it's in 1,000 pieces. Mulahey is another oasis town where the Spanish built a mission. It's quiet and peaceful nowadays, but a lot of Baja towns still have a hangover from the rough and tough frontier times, when the peninsula was a haven for mercenaries, revolutionaries, prohibition busters and gangsters, or anyone on the run from the law. Behind closed doors, I found a bit of that hidden world, another side of Baja which Miguel showed me. What's going on? Who are these people here?
Also the rooster fight.
Rooster fight?
Yeah.
What, in your house? In your...
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Here is popular here.
What's that?
This is skin pork.
Skin pork?
Yeah.
And how do the roosters fight? Have they got something on their feet?
Yes, yes, a knife.
A knife?
Knife, yes. It's, you know, two roosters put a knife on the leg.
Yeah.
It's for the one rooster is for the dead.
Cockfighting goes on all over Mexico, and a lot of money is made and lost. Personally, I wasn't really into it.
The buff rooster is a little problem, you know?
A little problem?
A problem, yeah.
He's got his neck cut out. Ramon, let's go and have a game of Scrabble instead, yeah? Come. Just south of Mulahay, there are miles of beaches, which are most popular with American tourists who descend on these parts to camp out in their recreational vehicles, known as RVs. This has to be the most perfect beach. You don't mind sharing?
We do have room for guests, and that is right behind you. That makes into a bed, so, you know, our guests are like fish. After 3 days, we wrap them up in newspaper and put them out in the trash.
Ooh.
We usually keep the generator running only till 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It's kind of beach etiquette. And I have all kinds of lovely things, from American whiskey to lasagna, wines, sodas, baby brie. We have it all.
Baby brie?
These, of course, are hot dogs. Skip likes those.
Look at that.
Sliding glass doors on our closet. And another television back here for viewing movies. Same as up in the front.
What's this for?
That's one of my bikini tops.
Blimey. So stop bullets, that?
I had a bit to hold in there, you know.
Is that a telly then?
Pow, Ian, you're dead.
Oh, God. Oh, no, I might have to stay here now. Oh, I'm dead.
I don't know what my husband would think about that.
I think when you travel in Baja, you have to take everything that people tell you with a grain of salt, and you have to be adventuresome. If you're driving your own car, you must explore the side roads, even if somebody has told you that they're impassable. Because I often tell you that, especially people driving RVs.
If you want to get to a really decent beach, you've got to come off the main road and go on one of these dirt tracks. But the trouble is, you've got to know where you are and where you're going, because you're in the middle of the desert and there's absolutely no signposts anywhere. It's worth driving off the beaten track, because when you find the perfect beach, the chances are you're on your own. Baja gets about 50 million visitors each year, and it's amazing how easy it is to escape them all. Gorditas.
Gorditas.
Gorditas. These are gorditas. They're made of corn. They've got beans, salad, melted cheese, and they're lovely. This one hasn't got chili on. That one has. Oh, that is chili. Oh, I love them. This is the past. 400 years ago, British pirates used to use it as a port to attack the Spanish. In the 50s, the rich and famous from Hollywood used to live here. Now it's carnival. The desert is one of the last places on Earth where you can experience that silence, stillness, and tranquility. Baja is famous for off-road racing, and if you offer to pay for gas, you can be a co-driver for the day. If you do happen to sit on one of these, like I did yesterday, then you get this new De Pesco Vitae, made from bark. Rub it on your butt, and it should be alright. From La Paz, you can cross the Sea of Cortez by either plane or boat to get to the Mexican mainland. The plane costs about $40 and only takes an hour. The boat is quarter the price but takes most of the day. From there, I head inland to the wild and famous